Welcome to a new episode of ArtChitecture Time. My name is Brenda Lucia Clark and I'm founder of BLOC, the local art portfolio, where we represent 40 Latin American artists, which 30 are from Peru. In today's episode, Porfirio Castro will join us again, but this time to explain and share how to create a good mix and match for an eclectic style. Eclectic meaning about in different colors of frames, patterns, design, and as well, of course, the artwork. Chosen artwork for that specific type of style. So will you join me? As I mentioned before, Porfirio Castro, Peruvian architectural designer, has been collaborating with us, introducing new artists to Casacor editions. Casacor is the interior design fair that happens not only in Peru but as well in Bolivia, in Brazil, and in the United States. And it's a yearly event, and we've been introducing new artists such as Emilio Longhi or Sandra Casares with customized art pieces for the spaces that he threw us projects for this specific event. This time for this episode, what I wanted to do, it was throwing out some questions based in his experience, not only for the fair but very open wide for in other occasions. Some of the questions that I've asked and what he will share in the next minutes, it's about if he has encountered an eclectic client that he had to figure out the perfect mix and match between different styles for a project. Call it office, call it apartment, or even in a house. And as well, if he has found that precise moment when the art piece became the main character of the entire design of the sala area or entire home. Those two questions, I know that it's very precise, but I think that it's quite interesting because in both cases, of course, the art is like the main personality that will recreate the path of it all. So let's hear it from him.
I think a piece of art becomes the most important piece in the home or the mandatory piece to have in a home when from the design process before we actually install, we decide that we're gonna have maybe like a clean and simple sofa, clean and simple pieces of furniture, because we're gonna have this dramatic, colorful, textured piece of art, whether it's on the wall, on a pedestal, or wherever. And I think these pieces are important just because, not only because of how they're made or what the artist wanted to communicate, but also for what it means for the user of the home, meaning the homeowner or the business. And it is important that when we have a piece that is meant to be the focal point, the mandatory piece, we use and we project pieces of furniture and decorative accessories that will not compete with this piece of art. With regards to clients and eclectic clients, of course, that's usually the traveler. When you travel and you are not in the field of design, you definitely just want to grab different souvenirs, or you may go to a city and meet the local artist and maybe buy them a print or some other piece, and you want to bring them all home. In the end, if you've traveled to quite a few countries, you're gonna have quite a few pieces of art from different styles and different sizes, different colors, and that's totally valid because, again, when we design homes, we're designing and creating experiences. We're creating lives, and the lives are not perfect. Lives are not all color coordinated, and it's our job to make sure how we find in these pieces of art the common denominator that will be able to create harmony in a space. You know, it could be from mixing art with a sculpture, with maybe like an oversized piece and maybe like a more simple piece of furniture, but it's all about really identifying the needs and desires of the client and see how these pieces of art are quite important for their life and therefore in a space. Well, when we work with different pieces that are maybe in series and they're like in this case, it's also something that Sandra Cáceres has. I think they're photographs of some of her actual knitting work. And I think there's 3 pieces and it's a series of photographs. In that case, I love to frame these pieces with natural wooden frames, just because remember the frames are meant to frame a piece of art. And when you frame something, it's to grab your visual attention to whatever you're framing, in this case, art. And however, it depends on the piece of art and whether you need maybe like an ornamental, quite carved, imagine frame, or if we have a very simple, clean wooden frame. In this case, since the photograph is already rich and has texture, I would recommend a quite simple and clean frame in order to keep the attention in the beautiful, beautiful photograph.
Thank you very much for all the information that you just shared, Porfirio. And I must say that some of the art pieces that he showed are part of Dona con Arte campaign that are part of this fundraising event that has been extended until Father's Day, June 21. In case if you're interested in taking a look of more art pieces that are part of this amazing campaign, just click in the link on the bio and you will see the full catalog. More artists are joining to this cause, and all the donations will go for the rehabilitation and treatment of child burn victims. So don't hesitate and please share and spread the love.
Dona con arte y ayuda a los niños víctimas de quemaduras Aniquem. Más de 10 artistas peruanos e internacionales se encuentran disponibles en nuestro catálogo. Presiona el link en nuestra bio o ingresa a www.blog-art.com.
So well, that was all for today's episode. I really hope that you enjoy this, and please keep safe. Don't forget to share and reshare this video, like it, and in case if you have any other comments, you can also type right below this video as a comment. Until next week.